Yo, what's up, guys? We are live. So, hopefully, everyone's doing well. This is Sunday morning, no boxing today. I woke up a couple hours ago to watch the fights. I didn't watch them live. They were on late last night, and I was in bed, so I caught them afterwards. And yeah, Inoue and Nakatani both by decision. I know that it shocked a lot of people. A lot of people were just banking on the fact, statistically speaking, of Inoue and Nakatani both getting stoppages. But we took the over on both fights, and we hit on a knockout with the Ibuki fight. So I shared that ticket with you guys. I think it was um, a plus 217. So yeah, we're up. Good to be up. We got fights on Wednesday, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, you're having a good weekend and good holidays, whatever you celebrate, and you're around the people that you want to be around. Wherever you are, like this video. Let me know how you're doing. If you haven't already subscribed, do that for me now, and I'll keep it on for about. It's not going to be one of my longer lives. Probably one of my shorter ones because I got plans. I'm going out with my girl to the city in about 45 minutes. So I'll stay on for about 30 minutes. We'll see what's up. Might go a little bit over a little bit later. I know the NFL game, the props all hit, but it's looking like the Texans are going to pull through. So it looks like the parlay is going to be dusted, but it's all good. Chris Khalifa. Chris Khalifa, hey bro, I joined up. I couldn't find the Discord name. Chris, did you sign up on Patreon? I'm looking up the new Patreon. I woke up this morning and there were few new ones on Patreon. Let me see. If you sign up on Patreon, let me know and I'll send you the Discord link. Chris Vlasis. Is that you, Chris Khalifa? Last name starts with a V. If so, let me link you up real quick. It's a private link, so don't share it. And give me 1 second. Invite, copy link. Yeah, all right, Chris. Sorry about that. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Chris, here you go, buddy. All right, mate. Yeah, I sent you the Discord link in our Patreon. And guys, if you haven't joined the Patreon, that's pinned here as well. Chris, welcome. We appreciate you. Once you get to the Discord, if you have any questions, just ask me. I'm very easily accessible. You guys can follow me on Instagram as well. If you have any questions, Johnny Stavko on Instagram. Just send me a message and say that you're from YouTube, and I'll follow you back. Nice, man. God bless. Excellent. Sydney Sider. Close to home. Love it. It's my favorite city in the world, man. I've been here since 2013. I'm an Aussie now. It's my favorite city in the world. Appreciate you in our squad. Johnny says boxing, Discord, our JSP insiders. We are at now. Chris just became our 338th insider. Mate, that's awesome. We started this in end of July, so August was our first full month. August, September, October, November. December will be 5 full months. We're at about 300. Chris is our 338th JSB insider, and we're growing. Guys, it's not just boxing in there. It's MMA, it's NFL, NHL, baseball's coming up. So hockey, soccer. We have a couple moderators. The Discord's pop. I did wake up to some controversy, though. I don't know if I want to address it. I haven't really opened up the controversy. I think our boy Mike Tyler got silenced for some reason. I have to get into all that. So that's the side of things I didn't expect having to kind of like manage everybody. But for the most part, it's like 99%. We keep a gangster in there in a good way. 99%. But whenever you get over 350 grown men, discussing something, sometimes emotions could get high. I'll look into that. Mike, if you're on, I don't know what happened. Phoenix, if you're on, I don't know what happened. Hopefully, you guys can make up. It's a community of like-minded individuals. We don't do it to talk shit, so or to be mean-spirited either. 2-yard run, 1st and 10. Yeah, Houston just cooked it. All right. Sent from Pet. With fights, we expect a knockout live betting is necessary. Yeah, let's go over this real quick. We didn't have there wasn't a lot to bet on, you know what I'm saying? So I said it all week we were gonna have to get sexy with our picks. You know, just the money line wasn't even going to do it. And then even the knockout props on both guys really wasn't paying the best. So I hedged with both overs. I took Inoue in the over 5.5, and I took Nakatani in the over, I think 9.5. And we'll check it out. Chill town, my God, where you been, brother? Where you been? Good to see you here. This is my dude. Next big card, we got to get you on the live stream, big dog. Discord. There's some interest. We have January is going to be a big month for us, guys. A lot of good fights upcoming. We have a nice little female card in the right in front of us with Amanda. She's fighting. Stephanie Hahn's fighting Holly Holm. So there is going to be money to be made. There's a card this Wednesday in Australia. I think it's Wednesday night in Australia. It should be Wednesday morning in America. And we're going to get Ioka. Ioka's fighting. So that's going to be a fun fight. And I want to show, let's pull this up real quick just to go over what we always do. We're going to go over our, we did 3 tickets, 2 out of the 3. Well, the one is still alive. I did a long parlay for December and January. The first 2, it's just a money line parlay. The first 2 hit. And then we'll just add this real quick. Stage. So this is the one. So Nick from Breaking Bad, he was on the live yesterday. He did that parlay didn't hit, but he did call Ibuki by knockout. So shout out to Nick. Ibuki's opponent had never been stopped, and he's 12th round. I think that's 12th round knockouts in a row for Ibuki. Dude's kind of a nightmare to fight when you think about it, especially how he fights. And then this is what we did hit. Plus 297. We're gonna be happy with this. You know what I'm saying? We definitely left. We got money in our pockets. We didn't leave empty-handed, and we knew what we were gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? Going into fight night, we knew that it was gonna be something along these lines. We didn't want to put a lot of money on the method of victory, because even the method of, now some of the boys though did put money on the method of victory for Inoue by decision. And shout out to damn it, if you're on the live stream, I'll give you your flowers. Reconnect, I think, or his screen name in our Discord is Reconnect or Re-energize, something along those lines. He was calling it all week. He said Inoue by decision. Nobody wanted to hear it, so I didn't listen. I didn't take the Inoue by decision, but I did take the Inoue and the over to $1.72. That paid more than the stoppage, and then the Nakatani over 8.5 $1.91. That paid more than the stoppage. So I just paired that with Ibuki on the money line. I'm kind of salty because I did Ibuki by himself by knockout. I'm kind of salty I didn't put the knockout on this one, but we can't get greedy, so we're happy here. And I'm just going to double check that score to see if it went final. Yep, it went final. Houston held on. Damn it, everything hit on my NFL parlay except the outcome. You know how this game, you know the game we play. All right, the boys are tapping in. Depth in the house. My guy checking in, sent from Pet. Salute on that Garcia pick. It was an amazing fight, dude. Switch. Yeah, we talked about Erickson as well. I talked about Erickson. Nobody really wanted to look, because we had Inoue and Nakatani fighting. When there's kind of like, I don't want to call it an obscure fight, but when there's other fights going on such a big card, elsewhere, I'll leave it up to you guys to feature it. But I did go through this fight. I said I liked Erickson plus money. I thought the odds were wrong, and we were up. We got up on that, so I'm glad you listened there. Wavy combos. Who you think will win, Max Holloway or Charles? Whew. Good chat. And Wavy combo, to salute your comment here. I want to let everybody know, coming into January, I'm going to start doing Stats Don't Lie MMA videos as well. Right now, it's only Stats Don't Lie, the boxing breakdowns, my breakdown analysis and prediction. I'm going to start doing probably one UFC fight a week when there are fight cards. And so I'll be addressing this probably on a fight feature. We also have MMA in the Discord. You can see our picks right here on the screen. So and we're doing Nick from Breaking Bad Boxing. We're going to be doing weekly Thursday night live stream as well, solely MMA. So once a week, because MMA is my wheelhouse as well. We'll still be 90% boxing, and just, who knows? We might sprinkle in a playoff football live stream, because we're sports heads out here, and we do what you guys ask for. So who do I think will win, Max or Charles? Give me time. Give me time. What a car, Ham Cam. What a car, man. Mike from Melbourne. What's up, Johnny? Great night of boxing. Didn't catch what everyone's thoughts were on Nakatani scoring. Yeah, man, 118 to 110 is pretty crazy. I got to be honest with you. I thought the fight could have gone either way. I was scoring it. I mean, there were a lot of close rounds late. Even the rounds early that people were just giving to Nakatani, I was like, man, this could go either way. Did you guys hear Paulie's take on this? Did anybody watch Paulie's take? Paulie's my guy. I consider Paulie Malignaggi a friend, right? And so he's one of the. I like his takes. I'm gonna see. All I'm gonna say is his take on Nakatani and Hernandez. He was questioning Hernandez's blood results. He was like, he's gonna wait to see the urine test come back, the PED test, because he just said something felt fishy about Hernandez's gas tank the entire time. And so I want to know if any of you guys caught that or what you think of that. I think Max manages distance. Yeah, we're going to talk about this, Hamcam. We're going to get into that. I want to give we're gonna focus a little bit on this stream of what happened last night, but we got a lot to talk about in the octagon as well. I'll be tuned in. I watch every stats on live vid for UFC. I think I'll be. Thanks, man. Yeah, the vids do really well on boxing as well. It's what helps. It's what's helped my channel grow. 2 years ago, I was at, I think, 6,000 subs. So in 2 years, I've gone from 6,000 subs. We just broke 27,000, which this is freaking ridiculous. That's insane. I never started this. I never started this thinking that I was going to get over 1,000 subs. I got to be honest with you. So when I hit 1,000, I still remember when I hit 1,000. I remember my first 500 subs. I remember when I hit 10,000, YouTube sent me a little email. And then from 10,000 to where we are today, it's been, I look at this, I treat this like my second sort of passion career. I do, I put a lot into this, so I appreciate you tuning in, man. Mike from Melbourne, 50-50 with Michael Johnson. See, the boys, we got an educated ass chat. You guys know your shit when it comes to boxing and MMA. So we're gonna blend both worlds, guys. Because you know me, I've been covering MMA. I've been interviewing UFC fighters all the way back to 2013. Both of my published books that you guys can pick up in the store, if you're in Australia or America, you could order them, have MMA fighters and boxers in them, featured interviews. So yeah, Junto, dude, it could have been a draw, real deal. I wouldn't be mad at the draw. I'm gonna rewatch it one more time. What'd you guys think about Inoue? What do you guys like? We have a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about Inoue? What's your mind? Has your mind changed about Bam? I think people are kind of rushing to judgment. I'm gonna show you this poll that I put up on my Instagram real quick. I think people are rushing to judgment, thinking that like because Inoue couldn't finish David Allen Picasso, that Bam Rodriguez jumps up to 122 and beats him. I'm like, mate, we got to slow down. Bam's only 115 pounds. He's a small dude. And we haven't seen him at 18. We haven't seen him at 22. I'm rushing to judgment and just crowning the victor based off of somebody else's performance. You got to slow down with that. Even Nakatani versus Inoue, people are throwing Junto away. Styles really depict outcomes, and that style that Hernandez fought Junto and that Junto decided to fight Hernandez with that pace. Jesus Christ, guys, that pace was outrageous. It was insane, the output from both guys, but Hernandez put a pace on him. Not many guys could do that, and Inoue doesn't fight like that. So I even before last night, this is what my whole point was saying this. I'm still equally as excited to see Inoue and Nakatani. It's not like watching both guys remain undefeated. Both guys, one wins a closer decision than the other. It's not like that deters me not wanting to see that fight. That's still the fight to make, 100%, in my opinion. But I'm not a matchmaker. And I would really pump the brakes on saying that Bam would just walk through Inoue based off of Inoue winning a decision over another tough undefeated 25-year-old and David Allen Picasso. It's so interesting, the boxing fandom, the zeitgeist of how we think as a community. People just throw fighters away after losses. People throw fighters away after wins. It's pretty, sometimes it's disheartening. Sometimes it's disrespectful. I understand. I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper of how you guys treat each fighter. I just find it interesting. The build up. I mean, 24 hours ago, dude, Junto Nakatani was that dude. Now he wins a close decision, and people are like, you know what? Fuck that dude. That dude's flawed. That dude's garbage. I knew it all along. He ain't that. It's like, come on, dude. What are we talking about? Junto's still that dude. Junto's still that dude. The intro song to the visit is one of the best parts every time I meet you do the video. Dude, I love hearing that, man. I put a lot of effort into it, man. Every little thing is, even if you guys notice on the Stats Don't Lie videos, there's a story that I tell. There's the sequence. There's you see a little bit of the fighter clip. Then there's the intro. I tell you what you're going to be watching. Then I go over each fighter. Then we go over the resume. Then we go over the odds, and then I give you my prediction. So I have a lot of fun doing those. Those 10-minute videos take me all in all with film study like 4 hours. If everybody knew how much time I put into those Stats Don't Lie videos, I think you guys would understand a little bit more how much energy I put into this. The live streaming, though, I only started live streaming in July. Best decision I ever made. I have so much fun with this, and you guys learn. I learned just as much from you guys that you guys probably learned from me. So I appreciate the chat. Yeah, that pace was real. I mean, this is crazy. Chris, did you did you hear what Paulie had to say about it? Did anybody listen to Paulie? I can pull it up. I don't think he'll copyright me. Anyway, gonna beat Nakatani and Bam, then either go. I still like both. I like all three. In a perfect world, we'll see all three. But anyways, a G, dude. Come on, man. Anyways, a G. It just seems like Picasso, and I referenced this in the Stats Don't Lie video. Picasso 5'8", that size, the youthful energy as well. I talked about coming at Inoue, and this is what he's going to be getting whenever he fight. He's fighting guys 8 years younger than him, and that's something that you got to talk about in terms of how tough these. In terms of like, he's getting every fighter's best performance. You know what I'm saying? He's been at the top for so long. It's kind of like that scene in Rocky 3 when Clubber Lang is trying to get the Rocky fight, and he's watching and obsessed with him, and Rocky doesn't even know who he is, doesn't even know Clubber exists yet, and he's training in the dark, and everything is focused and channeled on, one day fighting Rocky and then beating him. This is real fighting. There's guys out there that, even right now, if our favorite fighters who are undefeated don't retire undefeated, but after their career's over, all that really says is there's a guy right now that maybe a young prospect not many people have ever even heard of, who's training right now for that champion and potentially, will beat that champion. So when you're at the top, you got everybody gunning for you. You're getting everybody's best performances, and it's tough to. They always talk about it. It's tough to get to the top, but it's even tougher to stay at the top. And so just has to go off to guys like Junto, guys like Inoue, guys like Bam, and Inoue more importantly because he's been there longer. I think since his 6th fight he's fought for world titles, something along those lines. Just off the top of my head, something wild. Sent from Pet. Did you know if Dalton is already in the U.S.? Do you think he should be in the U.S. right now? After that New Year's, it won't be a problem. Or after that New Year's, it won't be a problem. Are you referencing like acclimating with the flight, like the 8-hour flight? Or are you referencing something political that I might not know? Because Dalton versus Subriel Matias, I know what you're referencing on that. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for that fight. I'm really like 70-30 on Subriel. I got to be honest with you, and it's weird, man. I've been getting bad reads on Subriel. I'm 0-2 in his last 2 fights because I picked Subriel to beat Liam, and Liam beat him. and then I pick Puello to beat Subriel, and Subriel beat him. So I'm kind of like for me personally, he's kind of, if I get this one wrong, I'm putting Subriel on my no bet list. for me, for me. What's your analysis of Picasso? I didn't get to see the fight, but I assume lasting 12. No, Picasso's, got hit a lot, tough as nails. He was much more durable than I thought he would be. It was almost like the punches of Inoue probably stunned him maybe once or twice. He was just a lot more tough than I thought he was going to be. But hindsight's always 2020. That toughness moving forward with how I analyzed the pre-fight breakdown, and I said that the 25-year-old energy was going to be tough, the size was going to be tough. It's why I picked the 5.5. I said he's going to be durable, he's going to be able to go at least 5 with Inoue. I should have leaned in a bit more, and hindsight's always 2020, because everything I just said about Picasso pre-fight, it's leaning towards the decision, isn't it? And so, yeah, and I did say in a live stream with Nick from Breaking Bad, I said that Picasso's stock is going to raise with a loss, whether it's a knockout loss, how he fights. I was like, our sport isn't a sport to where it's the most beautiful part about, having a fight at the highest level is your performance, whether you win or lose through a loss, could propel you forward. We saw it with Cardenas. I'm sure this will happen with Picasso. He'll get more big fights. Yeah, Picasso's attributes definitely play. Yeah, he was a nice little fighter. Hey, John, check your email. I just sent my winning bets last night. I'm checking it right now. Bernard, my guy! Bernard, what's up, player? Hey, John, hope you and the boys are good. Just wanted to share my winning bets. Diminyonkame, my boy's hitting. So you took Inoue Picasso over 10.5. Good hit, big dog. You took Satsumi, won by knockout, TKO. Nice, 275. I like that one. Great hit, big dog. Bernard getting in the action. Appreciate you. I'll respond back to the email too, personally. I'm excited to see Javier Herrera, Osley Iglesias, and the boys from WC Grand Prix. 100%. And, it's unfortunate we have a kid from Australia who won the Grand Prix, Dylan Biggs, and the media down here isn't even talking about him. So it's good to see Sent from Pet, who's from the Netherlands, not the net, Switzerland, right? I think it's Switzerland or Sweden. give me 3, I'll get it. It's either Switzerland, Sweden, or the Netherlands. But you're bringing it up, the Grand Prix. How about the kid who won the heavyweight Grand Prix, who's like a middleweight? What a crazy story! You could do a movie on that. That should be bigger news. Maybe I'll do a story just focusing on him. The thing we weren't getting odds for the Grand Prix, so it was hard for me to feature those fights. You know what I mean? It's like it's tough for me to feature fights and break down fights if I don't get odds on them. I can't see the odds in who's the favorite, who's the underdog, so my betting apps weren't giving me the option. And then B, it's tough when there's so many other fights that we could get action on. So, maybe I should focus on that, or I might do a story. I'm sure the chat will remind me. Who's the kid who won the heavyweight Grand Prix? Who was like a middle? Who was like a? If anything, I think he might have been a middleweight's a little light. I think he might have been a cruiser or a light heavy. I don't even know if he was a light heavyweight. Yeah, adjusting to the weight and time zone, I'd pick the fight to go over 5.5 to be safe. Yeah, it's the time difference. Look, London Heathrow to like JFK is only, I think, what is that, like a 7-hour flight? Maybe 7? Let me bring that up. It's not that long. And I'm only saying that because I live in Sydney and I fly home once a year. Sydney to LA is 15 hours. So for me, a 7-8 hour flight isn't long, but maybe it is. You'd have to look at the time zones as well. I assume he'll get there a week before. New York to London flight time. 7 hours. That's right. So it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest weight. If anything, and it's in Brooklyn, so then we'd have to look at the time zone. What's the time zone like in London versus New York? New York, it's 7:55 right now, Saturday night. In London, it is 12:55. So there's only a 5 hour time difference too. So I don't know. I don't know. It's good to look into though. I like where your head's at. This is why we have an educated chat. This is why we have an educated Discord. This is why we hit week to week. We always win. Is because we look way deeper than the average boxing group. We're not just looking at records. We're not just looking at resumes. We're looking at things like Sanford Pett talked about. Has Dalton Smith, landed in the States yet? What's his travel itinerary? Has he acclimated to the travel? Like these are things you have to ask, especially in, what this is Dalton Smith's biggest step up, man. I don't think he looked good against Matthew Germain. They built that card around him in the UK. He was a big favorite. He brings over kind of a Canadian. Um, I think he'd be a journey. I think Matthew Germain would be more of a journeyman than a gatekeeper. I think journeyman is below gatekeeper. I think gatekeeper is a guy who maybe used to be a champion, maybe have lost world titles, and then he fights contenders to see if the contender is legit, and sometimes he beats the contenders. So maybe Matthew Germain was a gatekeeper. Either way, Dalton didn't look great. He didn't impress me. He was sold to me as like this super athletic guy with great explosivity. I saw a guy who really didn't manage his gas tank that well. It looked like he was, arm punching a lot, especially in the mid to late rounds. If you revisit those odds, the money line odds were shit. Even the knockout, I think it was like $1.70, and he won a decision. And so when you're looking at a fight that, it's his biggest step up, he's fighting a world champion in Subriel. We know Subriel's style. It's a stressful style, and he's going to be right in your face. We'll see. In a fight that I think is maybe a 60-40 fight, I don't even think it's a 50-50 fight. I don't. I think, let's pull up the odds. I think Subriel Matias is getting slept on this fight. I think people are sleeping on him. Like, are people forgetting, like, this dude, who he is as a fighter? Now, he's not a perfect fighter, but the things he does really well, he does really well. What do the odds makers have this right now? We're having technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. We got some Paul Wall action. What'd Paul Wall say? I got the internet going nuts. We'll get there, boys. Trust me. January 11th. 2 weeks. I think these odds are fair. Okay. I thought they were. I thought that the bookies had Dalton as the favorite. Now, there will be some odd hunters. People are going to be seeing these, and people are going to be getting hype on Dalton. So I'm sure there's going to be money coming in on Dalton, of course. That's how, that's the game we play. But Subriel's a motherfucker, man, in terms of what you got to deal with. I still had Puello winning that fight. I'm still salty about that fight, considering I took Puello. I thought Puello won 2 of the last 3 of the later rounds. But, I'm not a judge. And it was a close fight. I don't think Dalton Smith's on that level. Do you guys think Dalton Smith's on Alberto Puello's level? Alberto Puello, dude, slick ass southpaw, long, uses the entire ring, will fight you in the pocket, has a bunch of different entrances, how he enters the pocket, feints. Dalton, in my eyes, is kind of basic, man. What am I not seeing? I was sold going into the Matthew Germain fight. I was open to buying the product going into the Matthew Germain fight. Like, I was open to it. I watched his tape, watched some of his fights on the come up. I was like, all right, let me see how he handles. And then what I saw with Germain, I'm like, I don't know, man. He seems kind of basic to me. Now, you could say the same thing about Matias, but Matias, what he does really well, he punches. Volume too. He's not just a counter boxer who's waiting. The dude's going to be slugging with you. I think Dalton's kind of going to be, this. He might be in over his head with this fight. He gets hit. We'll see, man. How do you guys see this one going? I can see Matias stopping him too, man. I'm not, the one thing, my New Year's resolution, boys, is I'm going to stop believing in the hype with, I sometimes could get honey dick by Eddie Hearn's selling of products to us. And over the last 12 months, 2025, how many products have we seen kind of laying flat eggs? So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sold. I told you guys this last week. Dalton Smith is going to have to prove it to me. And I will take a loss to learn that lesson by taking Matias. If he beats Subriel, I'll be like, good on him. Do I see him beating Subriel? I don't see it. I don't think he's at that level. Subriel Matias is, that with what he does, he's stressful. I think he's going to stress Dalton Smith out early, too. What's up, Ella Ghost? Matias is stopping this boy. Bro, we're seeing eye to eye on this. What's up, Kane? Business as usual tomorrow, by the way, brother. Monday, I'll hit you up. Puello is by far way better than Smith. Matias for stoppage after 7. All right. Let's do it. Shane McEwen, who I rate highly, predicted Dalton to beat Subriel, but I also think Subriel's boxing footwork has been. Yeah, man. Mike, good point. People talk about, it's not like Subriel Matias has, Pernell Whitaker, feet or shakurstevenson's movement, but he's not that cement flat-footed. He moves like, just watch him against Puello. His feet and his athleticism way better than people think. Matias is on steroids. He failed a drug test. No. He took his. This is fake news. Rest in peace to Dadashev, though. But Matias, he offered a second test, and the second test came back negative. So, yeah, I disagree with that statement. Someone needs to tell Henry Williams that the B sample is negative and it was actual contamination, unlike Ryan Garcia's. There we go. The chat will get you. The chat will get you. Respect to the chat. So, yeah, by knockout, 310. That's the move. I'm going to, plus 210 on the knockout. It's great odds. Hopefully that what I'm hoping for with these odds is that in the next 13 days, more money comes in on Dalton. This finishes somewhere around a 50-50 on paper, and we get better odds with that knockout. So, look at that. Plus 210 is pretty, isn't it? What do we think is Zerafa? I like Zerafa. It's actually an interesting fight. Zeu's unorthodox method of fighting might be an advantage. Yeah, so I already put this up. Shout out to my boy Kane. Kane got a fight coming up in February. Kane's attacking those Aussie amateur, the Aussie nationals on route to the Commonwealth Games. Let's go. But let's look at these odds. I gave you guys my long parlay, and I got a couple private DMs on Discord for it, which is always cool. I like it. You guys know that I'm very accessible. You could reach me on Discord if you're in there, or Instagram. Here we go. So right now we're not getting method of victories. We're just getting blanket odds. I definitely think the books have this wrong. This is shocking to me. Michael Zerafa, the disrespect is wild. Zerafa, look, yes, he fought for a world title. He got stopped against Lara. But we know, Lara's still doing the damn thing. Zerafa, I think, has been boxing world level. I rate Zerafa. I like Michael Zerafa. This should be him fighting Tim Tszyu, by the way. This fight, to me, makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense for Nikita. Shout out to Mick for taking this fight. But this should be Zerafa versus Tim Tszyu. This shouldn't be Zerafa versus Nikita Tszyu, the little brother. The little brother, slow, prodding, flat-footed, doesn't disguise his punches, tells the whole world what he wants to do before he does it, just showcases his backhand, gets hit a lot. I can see Michael Zerafa making this look easy. 196. And look, I'm a Nikita fan. I've watched Nikita live multiple times. I've followed his whole career. We talk back and forth on Instagram. You know, I like him because he's a different type of dude. I like guys who kind of beat to their, they move to the beat of their own drum. He's one of these guys. Fan friendly style. I just don't think he's at that level of a Michael Zarafa. Now Zarafa, a little bit, not the youngest dude. I think that Nikita's path to victory is to knock him out. Obviously, and there is some emotion behind this. But if Michael uses his boxing and fights smart and executes a game plan, circles away from that backhand, uses the entire ring, catches Nikita coming in, I think Zarafa could get a late stoppage. I mean, Nikita has progressively gotten better with each fight, but I mean, he was served a goddamn layup in his last fight, and then he had a long. So Zarafa to me is still hungry too. I like Zarafa here. Zarafa is allergic to southpaws. I mean, do you guys, of all the tape you've seen on Nikita? I mean, I'm not about to play boxing maths, but Nikita went life and death with Jeff Horn's brother. I know that was about 2 years ago now, maybe 3 years ago. Go watch that. Like Nikita doesn't do. He's he has good power, and he has that last name. If Nikita Zoo was named Nikita Smith, do you think that And this is just, if Nikita Zoo is Nikita Smith from Sydney, Australia, that's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Nikita Zoo though. Every time he fights, I watch. Guys, I'm gonna 12:07. I gotta wrap this up. Nikita went life and death with Mazudir. Yeah, facts. We've watched these guys. Guys, be good. I'll see you guys in the next one. I got to wrap this up. Hopefully everybody hit. Hopefully you listened. Hopefully you took the overs. Hopefully you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And hopefully you tune in next. I appreciate you.